Bill's Bake Shop will make you happy. Bill Cast is the owner, and he and his staff keep the tradition going with all those bakery items that you remember as a kid. Just to name a few items, Bill makes cream sticks, cinnamon rolls, bear claws, cream horns, cannoli, cakes, pies, cookies, bread, pizza, and so much more. Bill's Bake Shop, located at 228 North Liberty Street in the Mahoningtown section of Newcastle, is open Tuesday through Saturday, 7 to 5, and Sunday, 7 to 2, closed on Monday. Bill's, where smiles are everywhere. Call 724-654-4223.
When I'm on the go, I take NCTV 45 with me.
Give Mangina Outside Services a call when you want a yard project done and done right. Bud Mangina is the owner, and he and his staff will do just about any yard project, and he also does hauling of your trash and unwanted items. Mangina Outside Services covers the greater Newcastle area with very affordable prices. Tell Bud you heard this message on NCTV 45, and you'll receive a 10% discount. Call 724-614-3658. That's 724-614-3658. It's Bud's Flowers when you want a wide variety of flowers for any occasion. They also have a selection of fine gifts and more. Bud's Flowers is conveniently located in downtown Newcastle at 120 East Washington Street. Call Bud's Flowers at 724-652-7727 or toll free from anywhere, 1-800-443-7726. It's Bud's Flowers in downtown Newcastle.
Keep watching NCTV 45 for Cooking the Castle. You're going to love it.
We have a great relationship with Main Street Clothiers and Custom Tailors in downtown Newcastle at 210 East Washington Street. And whenever you watch Focus NC, my wardrobe is furnished by Main Street Clothiers and Custom Tailors.
Haney's Comfort Living Furniture, 32 North Beaver Street in Newcastle. There's no place like home, and there's no place like Haney's for that special look that'll leave your company in awe. It's Haney's in downtown Newcastle.
To see what's going on NCTV 45, watch our viewer's guide.
This is a special presentation of NCTV 45.
Hi, I'm Gary West for NCTV 45, and this is another one of our many programs. We call this one Newcastle Alive, and this is part one of a three-parter. And I want to welcome our guests today. We have the Perelmans with us today, with Dave Perelman to my extreme right, and to my next right here is Jenifer. So Dave and Jenifer, welcome.
Thank you.
Hi.
Thanks for having us.
And they are representatives and also family members of King's Jewelry. Everybody knows about King's Jewelry with all their locations. And before we start our conversation about King's, I want to ask both of you a little bit about yourselves. We'll start with you, Jenifer. Just tell us a little bit about you.
Born and raised, I was raised in Newcastle, Pennsylvania, went to Neshannock, then went to Pitt, started working for my family and here at King's, and then I ended up going out, starting my own business, and just recently purchased King's with my brother, so things are great. Yeah.
Dave?
Also from Newcastle, went to Neshannock and graduated from University of Pittsburgh. And Jenifer and I worked for the company since we were about 12 or 13 years old. And we worked for King's being stock people, managing salespeople, regional managers, buyers. So we really grew up in King's Jewelry. And up until about 7 years ago, and then, like she said, we went out and started our own business. And I have a 7.5-year-old son. His name's John. And he is in the office with us throughout the summer. And he loves playing with the jewelry and seeing all the different King's Jewelry locations. We pulled into the Walmart Plaza here in Newcastle yesterday. And he said, "Daddy, there's a King's here." I said, "Yeah, there's a King's here." And it's funny when he walks in, Bob Califoot, the manager, he calls him boss.
Yeah.
So Jenifer and I grew up in the business. Now he's going to grow up in the business as well. So
No substitute for experience, and both of you have a lot of experience already, and you're still relatively young people, and it's good. And about how many generations so far that have owned King's?
Well, the business started in 1914 with our great-grandfather, Jacob Perelman. So Jenifer and I are the fourth generation jewelers.
Yeah, I want to repeat that because that's important bit of information. 1914 is when it started. A little bit of history. King's started in Wheeling, West Virginia by their great-grandfather, Jacob Perelman. And they were just telling me that they maintained, or Jacob Perelman maintained 2 stores at that early juncture, we could say, 1914. So, or would that be the same year that the Newcastle store was open?
No, I think the Newcastle store was actually open at 1916. It was a year or two before. He was originally from Newcastle. He just went down to Wheeling, West Virginia to open the store because he watched the railroad, and that Sears was opening along the railroad, and as they did very well and sold a lot of product along the road. So that's why he went down to open up. And back in the day, we weren't just a jewelry store. They sold everything, anything from...
ice boxes.
Yeah.
Eventually into electronics.
Tea sets, all kinds of things. So
movie rentals in downtown Newcastle. So eventually we realized that jewelry is very cyclical. My great-grandfather realized that jewelry is very cyclical. And throughout the summer and the slower months when there's not a gift-giving holiday, that in order to pay the bills, they would sell other things besides jewelry.
Now, Dave, which store is the flagship store, and where is corporate headquarters?
Well, our flagship store, if I had to choose one location, I would have to say...
I'd say it's hard. We really have 8 great stores right now. I mean, they're all pretty even in sales. Really great people running them.
We have a fantastic staff. One thing that makes King so special is realistically the staff is like a family. People have been with us for 35 years or even more.
I would think our oldest store we have open would be the one in Beaver Valley, which is an absolutely beautiful store, but they're all really great stores. And our home office is based out of Newcastle, Pennsylvania. So we are.
Yeah, we've been in Beaver Valley Mall since 1972.
That's good to know, too. History. Now, how many locations? I've seen different numbers. I've seen 24, 50, 35. What's the
it's
exact
a never-changing number.
Oh, okay. That's the answer then.
Currently, Jenifer and I own 7 stores. We're looking to acquire an 8th store that could go through in the next couple of days, but currently there's 7 locations.
But when I see the number 24, what does that mean?
Well, originally the company did grow to 50 stores, and then as the Perelman family got out of it, it went down to 24 stores. And currently, there's now 8 stores. The old management had closed the rest of the locations.
It was a tough decision for us to make. There was a lot of people who were friends of our family and worked with us for a long time, but with the amount of locations that were out there, some of them just weren't surviving. They weren't doing well, and they needed a lot of work, and some of them weren't savable. So we just had to go with the ones that it was a very hard decision to let people go, downsize.
We didn't actually, the old company let everyone go. We actually went in and sort of rescued the 8. The 7, soon to maybe be 8. We rescued the 8 and provided jobs for those people.
Now, Jenifer, when you mentioned 50, is that what you're saying? At one time there were 50 stores?
Yeah, 52 actually, to be exact. There was 52 stores.
I believe up until 2007 roughly, there was 52 stores.
Now, are there 3 states? Pennsylvania?
Right now there's 2 states. It's Pennsylvania and Ohio. Yes.
Okay, there used to be some in Maryland, right?
Mm-hmm. And there was actually some that used to be in West Virginia, but those are locations that the old Kings closed, the old management.
Kings features of course, diamonds, gemstones, gold, as well as watches, and a whole lot of giftware. And we're going to focus on that. By the way, there's a phone number you can call. We're going to give it to you again, but it's 1-800-929-5768. And Dave, you were telling me before we got on camera, and I was really impressed, that if someone calls the toll-free number, you said it goes directly to the closest store from where that number is, or where that person is originating the call.
Yeah, that way that store can best service that person. So if they have a question and that store is able to help them, it's not they're not trying to answer for a store that's not around that person.
Again, we are talking to Dave and Jenifer Perelman from King's Jewelry, family-owned business. And we have a couple more segments for you coming up. So we're running out of time in segment 1. We have so much more to talk about. But in this segment, I did want to ask you real quick, what is the trendy jewelry at this point in time?
Well, something we have that we just recently got in, we're very excited about, is this collection by the name of Angelica. Let me tell you about the Angelica bracelet. The Angelica bracelet is a recycled brass bracelet that donates 25 cents for every bracelet that is sold. It's a way to personalize yourself with different charms that make you stand out, so you can show what is important to you in life. And there's a few special ones that will be coming out at Christmas time, like Elf and The Christmas Story, and there's always Betty Boop or sorority sign. So it's a very nice line, and they start at $25, and I think the highest one is definitely under $40. So it's a
and the
great
fashion
line.
trend for what women are doing is wearing multiple bracelets. So it's not just a one item purchase.
Well, they're a great place for gifts, that's for sure. We have so much more to talk about with Jenifer and Dave Perelman from King's Jewelry, so stay with us. And we have just so much more to touch on the next segment. We'll be talking more about the diamonds and the gemstones and the also watches and giftware, and some new projects they have coming up as well. So make sure you tune in to segments 2 and 3. So thank you, Jenifer and Dave, for being with us, and watch the next segments on NCTV 45. I'm Jerry West. It's Butts Flowers when you want a wide variety of flowers for any occasion. They also have a selection of fine gifts and more. Butts Flowers is conveniently located in downtown Newcastle at 120 East Washington Street. Call Butts Flowers at 724-652-7727 or toll free from anywhere. 1-800-443-7726. It's Butts Flowers in downtown Newcastle. Make it Lanigan's Irish Pub, where you'll be amazed with the weekly specials. Pub grub, salads, burgers, sandwiches, Irish specialties, and desserts. Lanigan's has a full bar featuring domestic, craft, and Irish draft beer. You can also book a party at Lanigan's at 126 East Washington Street in downtown Newcastle. As they say at Lanigan's Irish Pub, the best Irish food since Ireland. Call 724-657-3444.
Quiet, relaxing tranquility. That's Bethy's Bakery and Eatery in Volant, Pennsylvania. But you may ask, is it a bakery or is it a restaurant? Bakery, restaurant. Well, they have cakes of every kind. And not only that, they have burgers also, and turnovers, and salads, and donuts, and nachos, and cupcakes, and cream puffs, and just goes on and on. But let's not forget, home of the plate-sized cinnamon roll. Is it a bakery? Is it a restaurant? You decide. Bethy's in Vogue.
It's Little Johnny's Pizza 2 in downtown Newcastle with a great variety menu that you will tell everybody about. Chris Quiera, the owner, is here with more information.
Stop down and see us at Little Johnny's 2. We're located at 130 East Washington Street, or give us a call at 724-657-2210.
McCree Sports, 835 Moravia Street, wants you to be on top of your game. Go to McCree Sports for all your sporting needs. You can call them at 724-654-6065. McCree Sports. They'll make you shine.
This is NCTV 45. You can watch us anytime on your time.
Whether it's a scheduled appointment or same-day service, DiCaprio Carpet Cleaning offers 24/7 service for commercial, industrial, and residential, as well as fire and water damage restoration. Using state-of-the-art technology, DiCaprio Carpet Cleaning experts are ready to professionally clean your carpet today. Call DiCaprio Carpet Cleaning for a free in-home estimate. Thank you for making us Lawrence and Mercer County's largest carpet cleaner.
And remember,